Hi guys, welcome back to YouTube channel Chemistry Live UGPG. So today we will discuss what are the questions that came in the year 2021 for Chemistry Honours CC-1 paper, CC-2 paper and also for generic students GE paper. So please think for innovation, be creative, learn everywhere, anytime and help to learn others. So this is the question that came in the year 2021 for CC-1 paper for chemistry honor students. This question has full mark 60 mark and this question has 4 parts: part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. And part 1 contains only 1 mark question and part 2 contains only 1.5 marks question each. And then part 3 carries 2 marks question each and part 4 carries each question 6 marks. So today we will know which questions that came in the year 2021. So question number 1, the number of electrons present in the third orbit of chromium ion. Then in de Broglie equation relation H by P, the P represents what? So what is P? The next question, the periodic table has been divided into dash number of blocks. So how many blocks are there in a periodic table? In the periodic table, electron gain enthalpy dash on moving from left to right along a period. So whether it is decreasing or increasing, you need to answer. So for a salt to be soluble in a solvent, lattice energy should be dash than solvation energy. It should be less than or greater than. And charge into distance equal to what? The next question, oxidation number of sulfur in sodium tetrathionate is what? So you need to find out the oxidation state of sulfur here. And due to large size of alkali metal cations, which effect is not found in alkali metal halides? So you need to answer here all these questions. Then if we move to part 2, it carries each 1.5 mark. So first question is, what is Abba's principle? So you need to write down what is Abba's principle and which orbital will be first filled up by electron between 4s and 3d. So between 4s and 3d, which one will be first filled up when you write down electronic configuration. The next question, what is effective nuclear charge? Next question, why there are no 2d orbitals? The next question, what do you understand by typical elements in periodic table? The next question, why does hybridization affect the radius of an atom? So how does the hybridization affect the radius of an atom? So you need to write down. Then define radius ratio. What will be the coordination number of cation if radius ratio limiting value is between 0.155 to 0.225? Then define resonance energy and draw resonating structures of carbon monoxide. The next question, why KHF2 exists but not KHCl2? Okay, so you have to write the reason. Which point defect gives rise to the formation of F centers in crystal? What is the effect of F centers in solid crystals? Next question, write the formula to calculate EMF of a cell if reduction potentials of anode and cathode are given. So here you need to write the formula for calculating the EMF. Then we will move to part 3. So here each question carries 2 marks each. First question, write the Schrodinger-Wave equation for hydrogen atom. The next question, what is the meaning of a radial probability distribution of electron and what is obtained by the product of probability density and volume of the cell? The next question, the terms or designations S, P, D, F for subcells originate from atomic spectra series of lines. So write the full forms of these 4 letters. So you need to write down the full form of these 4 letters. Then give reasons for the following order of radii for an atom and its corresponding cation and anion. Radius of cation, radius of atom, and radius of anion. The next question, define electronegativity. What are the group electronegativities? The next question, draw the Lewis structure for carbon dioxide and sulfate ion. Next question, compare covalent pair and lone pair of electron. Then compare sigma bond and pi bond. What is the effect of electronegativity on shape of molecules? To discuss the geometry of AB6 type molecules containing only single bonds around the central atom. Then we will move to part 4. Here each question carries 6 marks. So derive Schrödinger-Wave equation for an electron in x, y, z direction. Okay, so Schrödinger-Wave equation is given here and where the notations have their usual meaning. So you have to derive here the Schrödinger-Wave equation. Then you need to compare orbit and orbital. So what is the orbit and what is orbital? Normalized and orthogonal wave function. Then features of angular wave function for s, p orbitals. Next question, what is shielding effect? What is shielding constant calculated according to Slater's rule? The next question, Pauli's exclusion principle. You have to write a note on Abba's principle. Then derive Born-Lande equation. Then draw MO diagram for nitrogen molecule and predict its magnetic nature. Then question number 7, explain band theory of metals and discuss type, p-type and n-type semiconductors. The next question, discuss the structure of C2H4 and C2H2, ethene and acetylene, considering the hybridization of carbon atom in each case. So this is all about the paper CC-1 for chemistry honors students. Then we will move to paper CC-2 for chemistry honors student for the year 2021 for UG first semester. So again this paper 2 also carries a full mark 60 and it has 4 parts, each part having different weightage. So part 1, each question carries 1 mark. So first question, viscosity of gases decreases or increases with temperature. Then the temperature above which the gas cannot be liquefied, however great the pressure may be, is called dash temperature of that gas. An example of moderate electrolyte is dash. When the temperature is increased, the surface tension of a liquid increased or decreased. In a solid crystal, the angle between the normals to the two intersecting faces is called which angle? What is the coordination number of a cesium ion in CSCl crystal? The next question, mixing of ammonium hydroxide with which forms a basic buffer solution? And you need to find out here pH of 0.001 molar HCl solution. Then we will move to part 2. So part 2 question carries 1.5 mark each. And here you have to answer any 8. First question, define collision frequency. What is compressibility factor? What is continuity of states? How does vapor pressure of liquid depend upon temperature, nature of liquid and surface area? Next question, what is degree of ionization of weak electrolyte? State law of constancy of interfacial angles of solids. Name 3 symmetry elements. What do you mean by liquid crystal? Explain buffer capacity. What is hydrolysis of salt? Then we move to part 3 where each question carries 2 marks. And you have to answer only 8 questions. So what do you mean by average, most probable and root mean square velocities of gas molecules? Derive Charles' law from kinetic gas equation. At what temperature CO2 will have same velocity as that of methane? Express PC, TC and VC in terms of A and B notations have their usual meanings. Then distinguish between evaporation and boiling. Mention a property common to solid and liquid and another property common to liquid and gas. Mention a few applications of surface tension. Mention a few applications of buffer solution in analytical chemistry. Next question, distinguish between solubility and solubility product of a sparingly soluble salt. Why is aqueous solution of sodium carbonate is alkaline? Then we will move to part 4, which carries 6 marks each question. What are the causes of derivation of real gases from ideal behavior? Write the postulates of kinetic molecular theory of gases. Next question, prove that Cp minus Cv equal to R for 1 mole of ideal gas. Define pi, theta and phi for reduced equation of state and the reduced equation of state. Define coefficient of viscosity. Discuss one method for its determination. Then you need to write down the right notes on ionic product of water, cleaning action of soap. Explain powder method for determination of crystal structure of sodium chloride. Calculate the number of plane, axis and center of symmetry in a cubic crystal. What are Schottky and Frankel defects in crystals? Calculate the Miller indices of the plane for which indices are 1/2, 1/2 and 1/2. The last question, explain the application of solubility product principle and common ion effect in precipitation of group 2 sulfides in qualitative analysis. Then explain titration curves of strong acid versus strong base and weak acid versus strong base. So this is all about the paper 2 for CC2 for chemistry honors students. Now we will move to the GE chemistry question, CC-1 paper for UG first semester, and this question was for 2021. So again the GE chemistry question carries 60 marks and it has also 4 parts. Part 1 carries 1 mark each. Which of the following orbitals has lowest energy? 4f, 5d, 6p and 7f. How many nodal planes are there in 2s orbital? Which has most polarizing power among Pb plus 2 and Pb plus 4? What are formed by homolytic cleavage of a covalent bond? Which type of isomerism is exhibited by lactic acid? Between maleic and fumaric acids, which can form anhydride easily. Which gas is obtained when calcium carbide reacts with water? Hyperconjugation effect is also called which effect? Then we will move to part 2. Here each question carries 1.5 mark and you have to answer 8 questions only. Write the electronic configuration of iron atom, cobalt 3 plus and nickel 2 plus ion. Write the designations of the orbitals having n equal to 3, l equal to 1, then n equal to 5 and l equal to 2, next n equal to 4 and l equal to 3. Then write the structures of carbon dioxide, SiH4 and PCl5. Between N2 and O2, which is diamagnetic and why? State N plus L rule. Between C2H5, NH2 and aniline, which is more basic and why? Carry out ozonolysis reaction of acetylene. What happens when ethyl magnesium bromide react with carbon dioxide and the product is hydrolyzed? Why is butane 2-ol optically active? So you need to explain. What happens when ethane reacts with Bayer's reagent? Then we will move to part 3 of questions. So here each question carries 2 marks and you need to answer 8 questions. First question, what is dative bond? and give example to illustrate the same. Next question, write the resonating structures of nitrate ion and SO2 gas. How does hydration energy affect the solubility of ionic compounds? What are the limitations of Bohr's theory? What is dual nature of matter? Derive de Broglie equation. State and explain rule of maximum multiplicity. Draw the structures of optical isomers of tartaric acid. The next question, you need to assign EZ notation for these two compounds. The next question, you have to assign RS notation for these two compounds. Which is more acidic between acetic acid and benzoic acid? Give your regions. Then we will move to part 4 questions. Here each question carries 6 marks. Write a note on hydrogen spectrum on the basis of Bohr's theory. Give a brief account of different types of quantum numbers. Discuss the structures of the following on the basis of BSc pair theory: BCl3, SF6 and ammonia. Draw the molecular orbital diagram of oxygen molecule and calculate its bond order. Discuss the structure and stability of carbocations. So you need to write the structure and stability of carbocations. Next question, what is resonance? What are its characteristics? Give one example each for plus R effect and minus R effect. State and explain Soijeff's rule. Explain cis and trans addition to but-2-ene. Next question, state and explain Markovnikov's rule. Explain acidic nature of hydrogen atom in acetylene. So this is all about the G paper question for generic students. So I will be happy if you guys subscribe to our channel Chemistry Live UGPG. So this is also available in the website www.chemistryliveugpg.com. So this is a simple step towards e-learning, making life better. Thank you all for learning.